Hello everyone, I am back to share what I've done with my little bitty scraps of leftovers from my scrapbooking kit. I wanted to make a whole bunch of different things, but to my surprise, I had very little pattern paper left over. So, but I did want to try to make something with that paper that was left over. And I had a lot of those little 3x3 cutouts. I think I had two sheets, one that was 3x3 and one that was 4x4, something like that, in my kit that had those squares that you could cut out and add, you know, Project Life or layout or something. So I had some of those left, and that's what I mostly used on these tiny gift cards. These are the cards that I used. They're gift cards with envelopes, 2.5 by 3.5 white envelope, cards and envelopes, and there was 12. So I used the entire pack. Here are the ink pads that I used. I used this Adirondack Lights Juniper, the Momenta Bahama Blue, the Heidi Swap Pink and Black, and I will show you those. Sorry, I'm putting these back up here to give myself a little room. So I'll show you the cards that I made. I made 3 cards using those pieces that I had left that had stuff written on them, the cards that had stuff written on them. It wasn't anything that I would use, so I flipped them around because the back of it was just white. So I flipped them around and I used some rubber stamps that I have in my drawer, and I stamped on them. So this is the pink and black that I used on here. And I used a little flower button from some buttons that I picked up at Dollar Tree a long time ago, and some twine. And then this one is just the rose. This was a wooden rubber stamp that I picked up at Michael's a while back. I believe it was in the $2 bins. So I just stamped that out with the black ink and left it like that because I really liked the way that looked. Now on the edges here, this is all the flower, and then on the edges where there was nothing on there, I just stamped the very edge of the rose right there on the edge to make it look like it's coming off the page. And I did the same thing here on the bottom. And then this one, I stamped it again, but before I cut the paper down to size, I stamped the entire rose, and then I cut it down to size so I could get most of the rose on the paper. And I just used one of these flat paintbrushes, and I rubbed it in the pink ink pad and just rubbed around in different spots here. And then this is one of the butterflies that was in my kit that I didn't use, so I glued that down with glossy accents, and as you can see, I put glossy accents in just different spots of the rose. And then these next ones, I used the black and white pattern paper I had left, cut it to size, and I used these pink and black stickers from a Valentine's Day pack of stickers that I bought about maybe 2 years ago. I used those on here. This XOXO isn't something I don't think I would use in a layout, so I thought this would be a perfect way to use stickers that I don't really, that I most likely won't use anywhere else. I thought it would be perfect to use on a card. And I know that this probably should have been this way, but when I put it this way, it looked weird. So I put it up there, and I thought that looked really nice. So I did that. I backed it with some pink cardstock. I still didn't like the way it looked, so I backed it with another card that has like these triangle shapes on it. And that made it look really nice. And I stamped out "I love you," and these enamel dots, these red ones, I had found in my box where I have all my Valentine's Day stuff. I found some more enamel dots I didn't know I had. So I was happy with that because I found the red ones and added those. This one, I just simply put the sticker, the teacup sticker, and added 2 of the hearts. And inked the edges, and I was done with that. This one, I was trying to do where it was coming out of a jar or a little pot, but it looked weird, so I just left it as it is now. And all of my cards have foam tape, so they are slightly popped off the page, just to make it look a little different. There's these 2 that I made. Both of them, this one was pattern paper, and this is one of those cards that had something written on it. And I used punches on both of these. The dogwood blossom punch, just 2 different pinks of cardstock. Adhered those on there, and then I used this puffy flower that I had in the kit also, and then added a pearl in the middle. So that covered up the words, but I like that it still left these outlines right here, and I think that just makes it look a little cooler. Then I used the Martha Stewart bird punch that I recently picked up at Tuesday morning, and punched out the solid bird in pink and then the outline in blue, and inked the edges on him, and put a black dot and some glossy accent for his eye, and then just inked in blue around the card. And the rest of these cards are, like I said, the 3x3 cards. These had stuff written on them, but they ended up working out perfectly with the stickers that I added to them. This one says XOXO, and I put this cute little panda that looks like it's frolicking in love or something, so I thought that was cute. This one says Smile Pretty, and I thought that went perfect. Reach for the Stars, cute little chubby panda reaching his arms up. And then It's All Good, and this ladybug smiling and hanging out on a flower. So those are my little cards that I created with my leftover tiny scraps from my kit. And then for the envelopes, I like to decorate a little bit the envelopes too. So what I did is I used this Crafts Smart. I believe Michael's had these out during Valentine's Day, maybe last year or the year before. So yeah, I think that's where I got this from. So I used this one, and I used all of those ink pads I showed and stamped it and embossed it in clear embossing powder on the envelope. So I did 3 in the pink, 3 in black, you can see the shiny, 3 in that juniper, and 3 in the Bahama blue. And you can see how the embossing on it. So the envelopes were decorated as well. So that is my little share of what I was able to do with what was left from my kit. And now that I'm done with this and I'm done with my kit, I'm gonna go and create another kit, and I'll come back with that video soon. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.